Bird of Prey 5. El Karuga. Kapla. Kapla.
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. And that means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird o' Prey 5 channel. Hail Karuga.
Hello world, it's Bird o' Prey 5, Kapla, and welcome to Bed Life for Monday, January 8th, 2024, aka National Bubble Bath Day, but also aka Elvis Presley's birthday, as Deej reminded us first in the chat today. Says it's Elvis's birthday. Nothing else matters. Well, maybe nothing else matters in Deej land. But here in Karuga, Bubble Bath Day is a little bit more important than Elvis's birthday. And why is that true? Well, for the simple fact that when the glorious Bird o' Prey 5 had been born on that cold November day, November 13th, 1978, Elvis had already, either, depending on your theories, had either already died, or as they said in Men in Black, he had simply gone home. But regardless, Elvis was no longer in the building when I came into this world in 1978, having been gone a year earlier. Last seen in Graceland in 1977. So, having never been around when Elvis was thought to be here, I don't know. Just a person gone before I arrived. Mhm. Anyway, I do have a pretty, and I've said it before, but you know what? I'll say it again. A pretty interesting bubble bath story, back from the time when I used to travel, and occasionally I get a fancier hotel room than usual, and this one particular hotel room I got out down and around San Diego, California, and yeah, it was the bubble bath. The bubble bath incident is the way I called it in my stories, in my filing system, the bubble bath incident. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and talk about it, since it is National Bubble Bath Day, amongst other days today. So it starts out like I had been staying at the the Residence Inn in La Jolla for a number of years at this point. And while the Residence Inn in La Jolla is a wonderful hotel, it's a long stay hotel / motel kind of place. The rooms are set up, the rooms are huge. As hotel rooms go, motel rooms go, they were full, full bedrooms. Some were studios, some were full bedrooms. Usually they had a bed. They had a full kitchen. Every room had a full kitchen, had a bed, had a full bath, obviously a full bathroom, full kitchen. Most had a couch of some sort, and some of them, the nicer ones, were 2 stories and had 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and a full kitchen. And the thing is, nothing about it was fancy, but it was plenty of room, plenty of, and it had every morning it had a breakfast buffet, which was scrambled eggs. Then they would have some type of, they would choose, but there would always be scrambled eggs. There would always be either bacon or sausage or both. There would always be a build your own or your own no, not omelet, waffle. It had a waffle maker. You could, you would. They had cups of waffle mix that you would pour into a waffle maker, and you could get your own custom waffle, like a big old waffle. They also had a whole bunch of breads, of bagels and toast, and they had a toaster that you just put in whatever you wanted to toast, and it would slowly roll it through. So you could toast a bagel, you could toast bread, you could toast whatever, any type of bread was there. Plenty of butter. They had cereal, all the things, all the basics that you would expect, but always scrambled eggs, and always bacon and juice. You had plenty of juice. You had cranberry juice. You had apple juice. You had orange juice. Any juices you wanted, and you could either eat it in the buffet area of the main hotel. Now these rooms, each now this wasn't it wasn't a building. These were each room, each house. Each room was like its own house, or each house. How do I put this? They were I don't know. Each building consisted of like a house, and each house, or maybe three houses in a ring around each other, and each in between all three houses there was they had their own hot tub, and it was weird. But basically each, one hot tub, kinda, and three houses would all share. So it was nice. The point is, it's where I used to stay for time after time. And I decided, you know what? Things were just too good, a little too boring, but too good. Maybe I could find a nicer hotel closer to where I worked, so it could, cut down on my travel time, and God forbid I actually stay in a nicer hotel. And so I went to another residence in another Marriott hotel, because that's where I was getting all my points from anyway. And so rather than a Residence Inn, I went to some other Marriott hotel, and this was a lot closer to where I needed to go every day, and supposed to have been a fancier brand name hotel. Unfortunately, unlike the Residence Inn, there was no full-size kitchen. The rooms, instead of being a kind of suburban, rural even, hotel, motel, where each room was its own building, this was just like a hotel where everybody was in the same building, and the room itself was decent enough in size. It had a king size bed, but it wasn't nearly as big a room as what I was getting at the Residence Inn. It was just a big room, but not, and it didn't have, like, the bathroom wasn't its own room. So it did have but it did have a jacuzzi. It had a jacuzzi tub, but the tub was just part of the room. It was in the bedroom. It was off to the side. And they're like, okay, well, dang it. I guess I was going to enjoy this jacuzzi room because there was really no other reason to be there if not for the jacuzzi. Now, what I realized too late was that the switch, there was a wall switch that was needed to turn on and off the jacuzzi settings. Now, usually when you turn on a jacuzzi setting, there would be like a countdown timer. So like it would turn on and it would turn itself off in 10 or 15 minutes. And if you wanted to extend it, you would have to get out of the tub and extend it and sit back. No. This was literally just turn it on, turn it off. And I thought that was great, but it was not. So as we're getting the filling up the tub with water, I turned on the switch, which was so far from the bed, like so far, not from the bed, so far from the tub. I was like, what the hell is this switch even do? I didn't think that was a switch for the tub when I switched it, but it was. And as soon as I switched it, I heard brrr, and I looked, and just as my eyes were coming in focus, I could see water starting to shoot over the edge of the tub. I was like, oh no. I immediately shut it down. But in that 5 seconds, I probably emptied half the tub because I wasn't in the tub yet. And the water hadn't filled the tub up yet enough to keep the water inside. So it was only like half full, and the pressure from all that water was not stopped. It hit the inside of the tub, and then it ricocheted out of the tub, and oh my God, the whole room was getting soaked. And I was like, I stopped it. I was like, okay, this is stupid. Like, I'll keep it off until it gets full. Once it was full, then I knew it would be fine. I knew it would be fine once the water was full. So I let the bathtub get full. I turned on the switch again, and that this time the water was deep enough that it was all good. So I put in okay. I laid into the tub, and I brought whatever stuff they had for the bathtub, and one of the things they had was bubble bath. So I was, oh, okay. So I put the bubble bath into the jacuzzi, which was on, and the jacuzzi started making so many bubbles. After just a few minutes, I was like, I think I messed up here. The bubbles were bubbling over the side of the jacuzzi, and the very fact the jacuzzi was still going making more bubbles. I was like, wow, I did not intend for this to happen, but it was kind of hilarious as I thought it was funny as the bubbles were going everywhere. But then things went from bad to worse. I realized I have to get up. I have to get up. And that wouldn't be a problem, except for the fact that I realized that I had been laying in the tub and all that extra water that had been in the tub has since, flowed out. And once I stand up, oh my God, the water is going to be just as low as it was the first time I turned on. And it's going to be a while before I can turn it off. And sure enough, I stood up and I tried to make a mad dash for the light switch or whatever, the jacuzzi switch to turn off the jacuzzi. And I couldn't, and it got full of water, and it got full of water, and it got full of bubbles. The entire room, the entire half of this bedroom was covered in bubble bath. And well, why? I mean, it's their job, right? It's really their job to deal with this type of stuff. And I wouldn't have really felt bad, except for the fact that after I got into bed, it started raining outside. And well, why should it matter that it's raining outside? It shouldn't have mattered. It shouldn't have. But after 5 minutes of going to sleep, the hotel the fire alarm starts going off. And they're like, this is not a drill. This is not a drill. Fire has been detected. Put your, and follow evacuation procedure. I mean, I didn't smell any smoke. I didn't see any smoke. So I called the front desk. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And they're like, yeah, sorry about that. No, it's not a fire. Go back to sleep. Like, okay. Because I mean, I'm like, it's telling me the exact opposite. It's saying this is a fire and I need to do what it says. And they're like, no, we're sorry, man. And it's like, that's like exactly their attitude was. Like, no, man, we're sorry. It just, it's San Diego. It never rains here. So sometimes when it rains, we have this problem with the fire alarm. I'm really sorry. Like, okay. And anyway, the same thing happens 2 or 3 more times before midnight. So I go to the front desk and I'm exhausted. And I'm like, listen, guys, I don't care, but I need to know, is this something that's going to be happening all night? Because if it is, I need to leave and find someone else to sleep. Because I cannot keep getting up every hour on the hour for this shit. And they honestly said, yeah, no, this is going to keep happening all night. I said, listen, I appreciate that you were honest with me, and I was going to pay him. I was going to pay him for the full night because I knew I had. They didn't know. They did not know what condition the room was in, but I knew what condition the room was in, and I knew it was going to take quite a time for somebody to clean up that room. But these guys, they were so fucking professional that they apologized and they refused. They refused to take money for the fucking room. They knew I was there. They knew I was a excellent customer of a different Marriott hotel brand. They knew I was trying them out, and they refused. Consummate professionals refused to charge me because their alarm kept going off through the night. I clearly had tried to give them my business. They fell short and they wouldn't take my money. And I felt so bad for whomever it was that was going to have to wash my room. But, I ended up leaving like 5 or 6. I feel that doesn't even seem it. But this was 20 years ago. Okay. $5, $6 a night for the person cleaning your hotel room. That was $5 or $6 more than 99% of people would ever have left them to begin with. So yeah, left them a few bucks, and yeah. After that, I always went back to that Marriott hotel, unless that there was unfortunately 1 or 2 unusual cases where the Marriott hotel, the Residence Inn La Jolla, had been booked full. But if unless it was booked full, I was always going back to the Residence Inn La Jolla. It is a really nice hotel. LDG, Free the Net says go, go, go time. Go time. Not Ryan Johnson says hello in Kapla. Hail Karoga. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says Kapla, Kapla. Mike Richards is greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. Deej Odyssey said I'd rather take a bubble bath with Sisofray. Just saying. I'm sure you would, Deej. I'm sure you would. Last Son of Gay says Kapla Bird family and chat. Hail all. Hail Last Son of Gay. Words and Pictures says Kapla Bird 0.5. Good to hear you. Good to be here. LDG at Free the Net says Bird Alert. Last Son of Gay says hello, Deej Odyssey. How are you feeling? Deej says, hey, the Last Son of Gay. I say I'm feeling about 80% normal net. I have no idea what normal even is anymore, Deej. LDG at hashtag free the net says fasten all seatbelts, seal all entrances and exits, close all shops in the mall, cancel the 3-ring circus, secure all animals in the zoo. Last on the case says that's good to hear, Deej. 47 Yorktown says hello, young sir. Hello, 47. Deej says Bird. I could have said it was also William Hartnell's birthday, but you would have no idea who he was. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Not a clue. Last on the case is 79. Hail to the king of rock and roll. Deej says, well, with Bird singing, we would know he wasn't Elvis reincarnated. Gap After Dark says, hey, Bird, Deej last son, 47, Yorktown. Gorilla says, didn't he die on the shitter? That is the theory on Elvis. Deej says, hey to Gap After Dark says, hello to all. Last on the case is 106. Hail to the true first Doctor. Captain Fandom Nerd says hello. He says, what up, Cap? Last on the case is hail to Gap After Dark. And hello to Captain Fandom Nerd. And some Janeway inspired coffee. Hakeem says, hey, Bird and all. Hello to Less Than Okay. Last on the case is hail to Hakeem. Gap After Dark says, you could have a Klingon party in those large rooms. Oh my God, yes. Definitely could have a Klingon party. Probably anywhere, any room in the Residence Inn La Jolla would be big enough for a Klingon party. And the smallest rooms were still big, and the big rooms were 2 stories. And I would often have both. They would, after a couple of years, they would regularly just upgrade the room if it was available. Plus, the Residence Inn had, I believe, at least one, maybe 2 pools. I never, in my entire time going to the Residence Inn La Jolla, I was never at their pool. It was just nobody cared. I mean, the thing is, San Diego is not a hot destination. It's very rare for it to be pool weather. And if it was to be pool weather, well, I was at a much nicer pool most of the time. I would have just used my boss's pool rather than the hotel pool. But I don't think I was in a pool at all in San Diego. I don't ever recall getting in a pool. It's weird. Well, also because, it's never like, I don't think it was ever 95 degrees. San Diego, even in the summer, it's, 80s, high 80s, and it's not oppressively, it's not like New York City, oppressively hot.
It'll be oppressively hot right now.
Yeah, well, we're certainly not oppressively hot now. I guess the biggest thing in San Diego was you wanted to get away from the flames. There was often wildfires. And I think people had pools just so they had an emergency place to take water out if needed. Mike Richards says bungalows. Not really a bungalow. I mean, maybe that's how people talk about them, but these were not a bungalow. These were full on, they were basically built like single family homes. They were Airbnbs before Airbnbs were a thing. And if every Airbnb was built to 100% Marriott standards. Let's see. Captain Phantom Nerd says hello. Last NK says 106. Hail to the true first Doctor. And Gap After Dark says hello. Jedi Bill says Gaflaber. All should hail Karoga. Melted Copper says, hey guys, doing uncle stuff at the moment. Hope you guys have a great Monday. Deej says, hail on Karoga. Eastland Burkholder says, it was teepees. Not really. Last on the case is wigwams. Wigwams. Deej says, what he realized too late. Jacuzzi water was yellow. No, it wasn't. It wasn't yellow jacuzzi water. It was weird though that the bubble bath was yellow. Now I think about it, it wasn't very sudsy. It was yellow, but it was sudsy. So I'm sure it was the bubble bath. Ken Jack Ben says greetings and salutations from Vallejo, California. God bless Ken Jack Ben. D says is Rubber Ducky. Rubber Ducky, you're the one. You make pastime lots of fun. Antiderivative Jill is in the house, says hello. Hello, Antiderivative Jill. Deed says hey. Ken Jack Ben says, yeah, you think you would, Mr. Bubble ain't no joke. You think they call him Mr. All right. Hakeem says, I miss using Mr. Bubble bath now. and I lost everything. Everything I was trying to read. Okay. Here we go. All right, guys. Just looking for where I got disconnected. Greetings and salutations again. And Jack Bend. Ken Jack Bend says this is a new twist on a classic sitcom trope. Last on the case is so Bubble Bath Day reminded him that he should have stayed at the Residence Inn and took us on this long-winding tour telling us that. Well, yes, I should have stayed at the Residence Inn, but I didn't. But I did get a really 100% free, legit free example of using the residence of using whatever this other hotel was, which was not a Residence Inn. It was some other that they still allowed. I didn't have my dog there, but they still allowed dogs. I don't know why. Why was that a big deal to me? I don't expect you guys to be able to answer that. I'm just trying to think at the time, it was really important that they did allow dogs. Last on the day says, you read that. Gorilla's Random Thoughts is laughing. Jim's Landscape LLC says hello. And hi to Gorilla. Gap After Dark says hey to Jim, as does Deej. Last on the case is Believe Me Bird. Maids and cleaning services have seen much worse than the way you left that room. Crime scenes and sex orgies have taken place in hotel rooms. I guess that's all true, but one would hope they don't leave it open for someone coming in. Last Sunday K says, believe me, Bird, the maids and the cleaning services have seen much worse. Okay, yes, you read that. Ken Jack Van says, if I put a tornado on a stick, would you eat it? If I put a tomato on a stick, would you eat it? If that's a question to me, no, I don't eat tomatoes. So it really doesn't matter whether you put it on a stick or a fire plate or anything of the sort. I don't like tomatoes, however they come. Captain Finity, Temporis Maximus. Kapla, Captain Finity. Jedi Bill says, Kapla, Brother Warrior, Vertebrae 5. All should hail Karoga. I agree. Jim's Landscape LLC #1 says, please check out the Briac trailer on his video. You know what? I'm going to check it out, Captain, because you told me to. Let's see if we can get it to work. Checking out the React trailer. Commodore Productions presents. It's a 1 minute 58-second video. Next time on Commodore Productions, we got the NCC 1701. 1788. No bloody A, B, C, or D. And let's see, they're floating around space. And I don't know. There's a vault. There's a vault in the ship. The Breach. Based on Star Trek by Gene Roddenberry. Release date 2/5/2024. Oh no. There's an alien, looks like Linus. He's doing some math with his hand. He's pressing those buttons. Release date 2/5/2024. I don't know, what is this? Ninjas and Ferengi in the original series. Star Trek and related remarks, logos, blah, 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 are probably. Visual CGI artist Dan Breland and Mark Mather. Music artist Patrick Patricos. Thanks for watching. You're welcome. Yeah, it's weird. The crazy truth about McDonald's. I'm going to close that window before things evolve too much. Last on the case says, Bird was Bobby putting the whole box of powdered detergent in the washing machine. I've been Bobby. I've done that. I've also been the one to be like, oh, I'm out of shampoo, not shampoo. I'm out of whatever they call, whatever it is you use in the dishwasher, but I have plenty of shampoo. You think it's really a big difference? Is it really a problem? And after about 5 minutes, you realize, why, yes, it is a problem. And nobody ever suggests you do that to this day. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you use regular soap in your dishwasher, it basically is like using a bubble bath soap in a bubble bath. Your entire everything just fills out. The bubbles leak over everything, and they come out the front, they come out the back, they come out the sides, they cover Gracie, they cover all the. It's just, it's it's just nasty. Don't don't do it. Jim's Landscape LLC says hello and hi to Gorilla. Gorilla says hey back. Gap After Dark says hey. Last NK says, believe me, Bird, maids and cleaning services have much worse the way you have left that room. Crime scenes and sex orgies have taken place in the hotel rooms. Ken Jack Van says, if I put a tomato on a stick, would you eat it? No. Jedi Bill says, Kapla, Brother Warrior, Berto Grade 5. All should hail Karoga. Jim's Landscape LLC says, please check out the Breach trailer. Yes, that's the one I checked out. Jedi Bill says hello to Gap After Dark. Ken Jack Van says hey to Jedi Bill. 47 Yorktown says hello to Gap After Dark. Captain Fandom Nerd says Kapla, Gap After Dark. Captain Fandom Nerd says hey to Gap After Dark and Last Son of Cain. Ken Jack Ben would appreciate blood wine with Mexican sangria and bottles of tequila to give it a punch. Jedi Bill with a whole bunch of jack-o'-lanterns. Ken Jack Ben says thank you to Jedi Bill for posting pumpkins. It is most appreciated. And Ken Jack Ben says thank you to Jedi Bill. I said the wildfires occur through bad forest management and arson. Jim's Landscape LLC says Kapla, Captain Fandom Nerd. Jim says hey to Jedi Bill and Captain Fandom Nerd. He says hello back. Tim Christ says Kapla. Tis Timbo Warbird 9. Never mind. I was going somewhere with this, but I forgot. Jim's Landscape LLC says hi. And Jack Ben, I assume, says hi. Gap After Dark says hey to Jedi Bill. And Captain Phantom Nerd says good day. And hey to Bill. Captain Phantom Nerd says snow on Karoga. What's the deal? Why does everybody hate Karoga? Ken Jack Ben says, hey, Cap. How's it going? My phone's acting up. I'm going to tell Bird to disregard my joke because it's too many typos. Jedi Bill says hello to Gap. Who says hey to Jedi Bill. 47 Yorktown says howdy to Bill, and Captain Fandom Nerd says hey. Ken Jack Ben says I would approximate blood wine was with Mexican sangria, bottles, and tequila to give it a punch. So I heard earlier today that our blood supply was at nearly panic levels. The usual blood supply has been cut back. Wildfires. Ken Jack Ben says the wildfires occur through bad forest management and arson. Jim says hey to Jedi Bill. Captain Phantom Nerd got his own emojis, his own pumpkin, jack-o'-lanterns. Tim Chris has got blah. It's time, Warbird 9. Never mind. I read that one. Was going somewhere with that. Captain Phantom Nerd says snow on Karoga. No snow. Please, no. Hail we'll deal with. Snow, that's bad for mammal prey. And it's really bad for the whales.
I got the leaf blower.
Mom, can you do hose, please? Thanks. Okay. Admiral Teague says, hey, everybody. Hello, Admiral. Deed says, hey, Bird, if I put a potato on a stick, would you eat it? No. Unless it was a particularly delicious potato. I mean, I'm not generally a potato fan. I would go chasing a potato on a stick. If you put a I don't know, a corn nugget on a stick, you know, like a corn nugget, or a particularly good mozzarella stick, you might find me chasing those things and eating those. But other than that, probably not. Kronos is in the house and says, wow, Deej is alive as well. Yes. Kronos says good times. Kronos says the Karogan orphan miners hate you. Thank you. Admiral Teague says hey to Jim. Kronos says hail snow, and hey to Mamo Frey.
Hey.
Mamo Frey says hey to you. Deej is somewhere. Someone can come shovel me out on Wednesday morning. I think that's when the snow is supposed to stop.
We're supposed to get tired of you.
Well, Deej has different weather than us. We should just have rain Wednesday. A lot of rain, but rain. Deej is under the winter storm warning too. I am not under the warning, but you are. Ouch. Ouch. And you've hopefully seen For All Mankind. I am keeping the end of this episode private because I do not think. I think someone here thinks they've seen the episode, but I don't think they really think they saw the episode. But who knows? I really don't think that we need to go back to it. But they surprisingly make everything, everything come out within a day or two of the reveal for the season. I don't know if they can clean all the junk away now. I don't know if they were adding it up. I feel really stupid that now, as the second to last episode of the season, they're basically letting the last season go through, even though this is concerning for all mankind, that the people in charge of the show, they're apparently okay with it, as long as the actors either get a blank slate to tell their side of the story, basically why their characters can't communicate with anyone, but they're going to get an update, I guess, as to what's been going on, and also, I don't know, it just seems I also was confusing I was confusing For All Mankind with Uploads a bit. The show on Amazon. So it's not nearly as serious. It's a much more funnier show. But if you read it or watch it before you watch For All Mankind, it's night and day difference. But it's still worth watching. Kronos don't want snow. And Kronos says, hey, to fandom. Deed says, I know, I saw the episode. Lowell. Kronos says, at least doesn't have to go anywhere. Kronos says, is Deed still there? Yes. And Deed says, I watched it a second time with you, Bird. Oh, for all mankind? Yeah. In the LDG backstage. Gorilla's Random Thought says, hey to T. T says, no, Kronos. He's Memorex. Kronos says, only a few would know what that is. Kronos says, I'm not that old. And Kronos says, I would like to talk to the management. D says, hey, Bob. Kronos says, who's Bob? Last Son of K says, hail to D. And Kronos. Kronos says, I sense a Jim. No Bob. And Kronos says, can I swear at snow? Kronos says, holy fuck. I hate that shit. Hakeem says, I hate snow with a passion. Kronos says, see? And D says, hi again to Jim. And last Son of K, number 1, Commodore Productions, says, snow melted Kronos. Four Kronos. Anyway. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. January holidays. 17 holidays for January 8th. None of them are Insurrection Day. That was 2 days ago. But anyway, January 8th holiday. National Bubble Bath Day. That's what we went ahead and named the stream out of. National Clean Your Desktop Day. Here are the facts, tips, and motivation to help you declutter this day. And to this day, I don't know if this is a virtual holiday or a serious holiday. Are they saying you should seriously attempt to clean your computer? Or are they saying you should clean up your desktop? So it's not something that some idiot flying your laptop like a plane would really make use of it. National Gluten-Free Day. No thanks. Argyle Day. Diamonds are forever. Let's take a look at the popular Argyle pattern and its history. Coming of Age Day. Earth Rotation Day. The Earth rotates on its almost vertical axis every 24 hours, which gives us one Earth Day. National Fourth Graders Day. Oh my God. Fourth grade. That was a tough year. It was. I've told you guys this story. the teacher we had for fourth grade, you know, teachers would kind of read ideas other teachers had. Then the teachers would mail into magazines and like, oh my God, I did this. And it was so much fun. And the teachers would talk back and forth. And so one summer, my fourth grade teacher was so excited to do this, thing where you have kids come in, and instead of doing, you know, show and tell, we never did. It was never a show and tell. My entire time in elementary school, never once did we do a show and tell. But rather than do a show and tell, she's like, well, wouldn't it be good if people brought in their show and tell, but they left it here? And I guess most people immediately said, well, that's stupid. I'm not going to leave the thing I entrust the most to the school. And for me, it was like, well, why wouldn't I? By definition, the school people, I got to trust them the most. Well, yeah. When the end of the year came around and we were taking our stuff home, I got put in a unfortunate position because both myself and a guy who I considered to be one of my bestest friends in the class, in fact, in the whole fucking school, but also in the class, both decided that the rock that I could have sworn I had brought in for this show and tell thing and left there for the whole year was mine. But he said it was his. Now, as it turned out, it was a rock that actually had two halves, because it was, you know, the type you break in half and you open it up and there's all this rock plus, like, I believe salt crystals of some type were in there. And anyway, there were two halves to the rock. The teacher didn't know what to do. So, I mean, what's she going to do? She gave half the rock to my friend and half the rock to me. Now, I didn't complain much because I was like, well, I understood she was in a tough spot, and I was happy to get the bigger part of the rock. It was clearly the bigger, nicer half of the rock. And my friend was very pissed that he got the shitty half of the rock. And, you know, being I was a fucking fourth grader and not a well thought out, well reasoned person, the fact that my quote unquote friend was angry, but also knowing he thought that I was taking his rock, and I didn't mind saying, no, you're taking my rock. How dare you? You be offended. I'm offended. Anyway, I was like, she's going to be the bigger half of the rock. And I was like, well, the whole point is this rock, it's salt. Make sure it doesn't get wet. I was just wanting him to know that how to take care of it. Of course, he was in no mind to worry. The very fact that don't get it wet, that was all he needed to say. I was like, no, once I get it back, I'm going to run water through it just to fuck you up. That got me really pissed off to the point that this is a low part of my life. Dad O'Prey offered to paint a rock purple. Like he thought so low of my friend's intelligence that a purple painted rock would perhaps buy him, that we could trick him if we gave him a purple rock. And I bought into this, and I tried to bring it up. Say, hey, Mike, how about we trade you this rock for that? And he looked at me. He's like, you think I'm an idiot? That's clearly a rock you just spray painted or something. I'm like, no, of course not. Now, technically, I had not painted the rock. Dad painted. But yeah, it was unfortunate. Yeah, he did not go for it. And oh man, that was a fourth grade, started off really good, but ended really bad. Bruno says, can I make coming of age jokes? You could try. Bruno says, teachers get paid for doing half the work. Bruno says, I should have gone to school naked, talked about show and tell. Deed says, or the girls would have pointed and laughed. Kronos. Kronos says, they do that. I don't blame them. I laugh at myself. I still hate snow. Bird is cooking meth. No, what? No, what baby blue? A fucking fourth grader. Dang rock dealers. No, it wasn't blue, it was purple. Kronos needs another beer. Rocks can get wet. A purple rock eater. Bird and idiot. Nah. Deed says it's the Kronos chat hour. Kronos says American Pie. Stick your thingy in a pie. Joke. I don't know what you're talking about. It's National English Toffee Day. National Joy Germ Day. What the fuck? National Man Watchers Day.
Man watchers or what?
Watcher. Man watcher. It's a woman watching a man. Join us as we create balance in the world by putting men under the spotlight. National, what the fuck? National Snuggle a Chicken Day. There is more to this feathery domestic bird than just being an ingredient for a sumptuous meal. Oh my God. National Snuggle a Chicken Day. National Winter Skin Relief Day. See how you can remedy the drastic effects winter can have on your skin. And it's also Plow Monday. We have all the details you need to know about this unique farm workers festival. It sounds like a day for Deej. Deej, it's Plow Monday. Hey, it's Show and Tell at Work Day. It is Show and Tell at Work Day. Join us as we celebrate Show and Tell at Work Day this January 8th. Kronos, go into work naked. Tell them it's Show and Tell Day. It's also Typing Day. January 8th, rest those fingers as we celebrate typing and the revolution it was back in the day. And finally, it is War on Poverty Day. Here's how to celebrate the war on poverty and celebrate reducing initiatives the Johnson administration proposed. Wow. Okay. Oh, poverty reducing initiatives the Johnson administration proposed. I don't know about that. Okay.
I need to break in.
Mama Pray needs to break in. We have a special report
Yes.
from Mama Pray.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. This is a very short break-in in the middle. I'm asking everyone here to send good thoughts and positive wishes, or positive thoughts and good wishes, to Sisapray right now. In 10 minutes, she's got an appointment to look at a house that she really wants to buy. I saw it online. It fits. It seems to fit everything she wants. And we're hoping she's happy with it and gets it if it is indeed as good as it looks. So just good wishes, positive thoughts for the next 15 minutes or so. And then at some point, I will tell you about the house. That's it. Go back to whatever day it was, Breaking Rocks Day or something.
Stanley, this house a new chair.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's just my size. I feel so happy. Like nothing is ever just my size. You know, I need a step stool to reach the second shelf in the kitchen. Forget the third and the fourth. I mean, I need 6-foot ladders for that. So I don't have many things on the top shelves that I use frequently. But the chair is comfortable. It fits me. It's got heat. It's got massage, which I'm not really crazy over, but I like the heat on the back. We do know that Bird keeps the house a little bit cooler than I like. So now anytime I'm feeling a little chilly, I just sit in the chair for a few minutes. It's really comfortable. Thank you, son.
You're welcome. And guys, we're going to go to some commercials. I'll be back as soon as I can.
I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world a Coke and keep it company. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world how you feel when you know it's for real. It's a kick, it's a hit, it's a Coke, Coke is it. I'd like to teach the world just how you feel in perfect harmony. It's for real. It's a kick, it's a hit, it's a Coke, Coke is it.
What's in this little blue egg that keeps Barbara Eden looking slim and trim?
Ooh, there's only one answer to that. It's Legs Control Top Pantyhose. See, Legs slims and trims but doesn't bind. So you get comfort and control.
Stretching, bending, standing, sitting. There's one pantyhose that's always fitting. Nothing beats a great pair of legs.
You're feasting your eyes on the 6-meal cake, Streusel Swirl from Pillsbury. Meal number 1, a fancy feast for your company. Number 2, a yummy dessert for your kids. 3, a breakfast cake to make you forget coffee cake. 4, a lunchbox cake that doesn't all stick to the wrapping. 5, the best break a coffee break ever had. 6, dessert the second night, still firm and fresh. Streusel Swirl, the sensational 6-meal cake.
Your cat is your friend and he depends on you to take good care of him. Purina Cat Chow. Purina Cat Chow. You can depend on Purina Cat Chow. Purina Cat Chow. Chow, chow, chow.
He depends on me for loving care, and I depend on Purina Cat Chow to give him great taste and nutrition.
Purina Cat Chow. You can depend on Purina Cat Chow. Purina Cat Chow. Chow, chow, chow.
One of the nice things.
Sorry about that. Okay. Testing. Good. We're back. You can hear me? I believe so. 47 Yorktown says, I like Pepsi, but I am French Canadian. Mamo Frey is also a Pepsi fan.
Yeah, that guy is.
Deej says, I'm calling Sherry and telling her what you said, Kronos. And she's going to stay. She's going to stab, and salt the heck out of you. Ouch. Stanley says, a 1-meal cake. Meow, meow, says Kronos. You have her number, asks Kronos. And Dee says, no, I'll call her on X. Schwario says, wall to wall, 3-foot tall bird. What? Stanley says, freaks. Greetings all, says Sean Carter. Greetings, Sean. And Kronos says, bird is slightly Karogan. Slightly Karogan. Kronos, I am Karogan through and through. Okay. Schwario says, Kapla bird. National Bubble Bath Day. I'd like to get in a bubble bath with Nicole DeBoer. I'm sure she'd. I'm sure we'd all like to get in a bubble bath with Nicole DeBoer, but she's busy. Crow says Moopsy is happy. That's true. Okay. So, update on the fake Facebook account. Still up, still fake. They have 3 friends I can see trying to get the people I know to defriend them. Been fairly successful. These friends they have now are people who are not direct friends of me. But they're friends of friends. So, any day now, any day soon, it should go away. It's Wordle time. So if somebody wants to put in a 5-letter Wordle word, we'll go from there. Schwarios as well. Wall to wall, 3 feet tall is a CB lingo. You said testing. I mean, I can hear you. Yes, okay. Damn it, Deej. Every fucking time. Penis. Every fucking time. Deej. Penis. Guess what, Deej? It's not penis again. Although the N is in the correct space and there's an I in the wrong spot. Let's see. Maybe it's no, it's not minus. There's the S. There's no S. My minute. Is that a word? No, that's not a word. Let's see. Minor, as in minor. Okay, we got the I and the N in the right spot. Let's see. No, you can't use numbers. Stanley's is bird. Deej just always has penis on the brain. What? Let's see. Something INXX. Okay, we know there's no E. IOA could be A. Let's see. VI could be a word with 2 N's and a Y. Finny. Is Finny a word? Finny is a word, but we got the F. I don't know where, but we got the F. That was some luck. Okay, so FIN, in Finkel, yeah. Find, no S and there's no Y. Find. 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 No. Okay, probably not find. Finch, Finch. Possible. Nope. See, now this is where I might use an entire row to throw out the FIN and a chance to find let's see. Okay. FINAL, final. Final. It's possible. Feels like it's yep, okay. It was a shot in the dark, but we got it. Final. Not too bad. Not too bad. And I see Mike Richards had put final up 5 minutes ago. I honestly was okay. 2 minutes ago. I wasn't looking at the chat. Cross hates this game. Apparently everybody realized it was final. Way on. D says it's the final countdown. How about a nice game of chess? Stanley says Finch. Jeff B said final. Final or Finch, says Stanley. Chrono says he likes his brain the way he left it. Chrono says beer me. And D just yelling, it's the final countdown. Chrono says Deej is in love with Sissel Prey. Shrario says, I know, but I'm not telling. Captain Phantom Nerves is almost your final try. Finally, yells Deej. I see what you guys did there. I see what you guys did there. Chronos called it. Good song. And Stanley says, Chronos, yeah, are all brighter than Bird. No, okay. Just because you got it before me does not mean you're brighter than me. The way my brain works is simply different. Okay, it's not a competition. Okay, it's either you get it or you don't. They're getting it quickly doesn't necessarily mean you're a better or smarter person. Getting it consistently for the longest times, that I would say is more important. And just because you get it in 2 or 3, you get it in 2 or 3 every day, but then a day comes and you can't get it at all. Whereas someone else who takes 4, 5, or 6 times to get it, but gets it every time and can still get it on those days when you can't, that's more important. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Wordle.
I will not read that. I do. I play it.
Mamo Prey plays Wordle differently than us. Winning at Battleship. In an ongoing war that Karoga is embroiled in, your Navy merged to capture something interesting. A huge but aging battleship. You are now the arbiter of her fate. She's not likely to be very useful military asset in this day and age, explains the shipyard director, Larney Dirtle, while putting some blue papers on your desk. After all, she was pretty easily captured by our Navy. But look at what she's made of. 70,000 tons of steel. Think how many cars will be made with that. Help us build ship-breaking yards on the shoreline of Karoga, and it will boost your coastal economy forever. Admiral Liu, who coordinated the capture, has a different point of view. Our Navy has been sorely underfunded for years. This ship could be part of the boost we need. Back in the age of sail, Navy captains who brought home prizes like this were rewarded and thereby encouraged to bring more prizes. Those ships would be crewed and make our fleet stronger. I think we should bring that system back in place so that our courageous sailors can expand our forces and prove themselves. Corals grow very well on iron, comments environmentalist and hippie Marina Shakespeare, dumping her banjo and flowers for the occasion. If we clear off all those horrible chemicals and oil residue, scrap her in a few 100 meters off the coast, and divert shipping routes around its resting place, then we'll have a nice, bustling reef within a few years. This would be a poetic end for a weapon of war, become the bedrock of life. Fuck you, Marina Shakespeare. And finally, this old girl may not be battle-worthy, but she's still a piece of naval history, gushes Navy recruiter Silvio Lucita. As a museum ship in the harbor, this awe-inspiring battleship will amaze folk from far and wide. It will remind us of our history as a proud military power and show people how outmatched our foolish enemies were, and encourage young people to feel the patriotic call of duty. Now we're either going to make it part of the military, part of a museum, or scrapper. I don't know. Feel like boost the coastal economy forever. That's probably what we want to do. Yeah. I mean, if we could take it over that easily, how important could it be? So we're going to go ahead. Ships are encouraged to deliberately be run aground onto Karogan beaches. That's fine. That's fine. We'll take that. Syntax destruction. Your Minister for the Treasury, Alan Redbridge, has come under fire as market analysis and journals complain that his predictions about the future of Karoga's economy are vague to the point of uselessness. His detractors are dubbing his avoidance of clear statements syntax destruction. The presentation of extremely long and obfuscated reports have little real content. The debate I should spend hours poring over reams of government documents just for one story, complains Malcolm Kowalski, reporter for the Rogan Inquirer, slamming a large stack of papers on your desk. Look at this, 1,984 pages. What Minister Redbridge is doing is dishonest and despicable. You need to force him and those like him to use plain language to get to the point so that common people of Karoga will be able to decipher what's going on in government. Yeah, I'm not going to force people to use words. Two, it's been demonstrated, Minister Alan Redbridge replies during an interview, that markets affect an unexpected multitude of industries and even the slightest suspicion of impending perturbation. Thus, it behooves those knowledgeable in its idiosyncrasies to uphold their responsibilities in defending such precious gateways, perceptuous gateways to knowledge, that acting in such a manner of least reaction to satisfy their due diligence to avoid creating a condition that could potentially upset the precarious balance between bears and bulls, be they platitudes or omissions. Instead, one who acts contravention to the aforementioned manner also acts against their own best interests, thereby undermines status as well as dispels their cloak of competence. Such a transgressor shall be dismissed, oh my God, by their knowledgeable majority, of course, thus not necessitating any external provocation. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Spoken or written words delivered on matters of policy by person or persons within the government, hereafter referred to as government commentary, constitute a legal statement, explains prominent lawyer Sarah Romero. It is my professional opinion that government commentary should use only legal terminology to ensure clarity of meaning. Oh my God. I don't like any of these things. No, we're dismissing this issue. Bye. And let's head over to Dear Bob. Deej says today's Birdle was brought to you by the word penis and the number, fuck you, Deej. Argranos asked Deej if he's still hacking up balls. Not as much. Not as much. Argranos says, good news, everyone. Argranos says, she's a big gal. Argranos says, I like big butts, but holy moly. Argranos says, Bird wishes to sing my battleship. Bird wishes to sink my battleship. Jeff V says 70,000 tons of steel is a lot of Karogan man or children hours. There is a lot of time in the mines. Argranos says 70,000 tons, and what do you get? Fred says another day older and deeper in debt. I'm aware of that's how it continues. LDG at hashtag free the net says Kronos, your avatar is radioactive glowing. Kronos is stupid Klingon. LDG says, what's up with the new one? Kronos says, thank you. He almost didn't recognize you. Kronos says, Moopsy loves you. Maximilian shall return. His bird's still talking, apparently. Kronos looks at wristwatch without a wristwatch. And Kronos says, yes, I have a penis, and it isn't half bad. Okay. It's also maybe not half good, but that's up to you. Let's go ahead and check out Dear Bob. Dear Bob, if ghosts aren't real, explain this. Well, shit. I guess Gorilla caught a ghost on camera. I have no explanation. Clearly, Gorilla has some sort of portal, perhaps a vortex, in his hallway that catches, I don't know if you want to call them spirits or souls or I don't know, perhaps even poltergeist or a demon of some sort, something that's not quite human, but you can tell it was human at some point. At some point in its life, it had been human. It had the shape of a human being. But for whatever reason, in its current state, it appears to be in pain. It appears to be scared. And that's not what I ever heard of. You know, when you die, if you die, you know, and you're good, you're good, you're a good person. If you die, you should be released. You shouldn't have to be suffering. And it's actually scary to see this type of suffering going on. So that is yeah. I can see the suffering. So yeah, I don't know. Be safe, guys. And if you get confronted with a spirit like that, you try to hold on to it. You put your arms out. You pull tight, and you bring them into you. And if they try to fight, just you know, punch them in the face. No, I don't think your hand would go right through this. You know, maybe if you have like a vase or a vase or something that you can, hit them over the head with, knock them out. And then this white fluffy thing, just keep it around them, turn it over, and maybe even tie it up, bring them on out, put them in the back of the pickup truck, drive them out to the 5 or 10, 15 miles out into the woods. Make sure you've totally knocked them out once or twice. If they wake up on your way to where you're going, hit them again 2 or 3 times, and then
Oh, it's Marge Simpson's ghost.
no, it's not Marge Simpson's ghost.
That's not blue hair?
No, that's a shadow.
Oh,
No,
I thought it was Marge Simpson.
no, it's funny though, because you had a ghost outfit that looked something like this, except
Me?
you had eyes cut out
Me.
at one time.
I had the head.
Random Menace. Greetings from the future. Greetings, Random Menace. I'm not racist, Kronos. Dear Bob, just saw a TV advert for a show with a talking bear. It was a little adult. It was called Ted. Guessing this is Seth MacFarlane's Ted film as a TV show. John Aragi with a 99-cent super poop super sticker. Thank you, my friend. Not asking if I need to see the movies in order to watch the TV show. I don't really care about that. I've not seen those films, but the trailers were a bit rude. The TV show trailer is the only rude thing is the word porn. The point of the message is to ask if you know about this and if you recommend I should watch the Ted TV show. Because what I've seen from the movies on the trailers and clips, it was adult and not to maintain. But what I saw from the TV trailer was funny and not that adult. Wondering how adult and rude this could be. If it's a Seth MacFarlane, it could be very adult and rude. But truth be told, I like Ted. I liked the movies, and I wouldn't call them adult, but they weren't for kids. They're certainly not pornography. I mean, it's not that they're not full of pornography. They're just they're adult themed. And John Aragi gifted 5 memberships 5 memberships.
Our best estimates
Thank you
place
so
us
much,
some
John
4 hours from
Araki.
Earth.
Fodder Stomp, DJ Play Nice, Paladin Alik, Dandelion Fluff, and Dan P. Got John Araki's 5 members. Thank you so much. Chrono says, I don't know. I don't want to know about bird porn. Deed says, John is at it again. The Random Menace is Deej. Glad to hear that. Chrono says, Fluffy is funny. Too bad she isn't here. Fluff is funny. Dandelion Fluff. John Araki says, Bird has never had a sheet ghost in his house, but he did have a tube sock come to life once. No. Fake news. Dandelion Fluff is here. Says, thanks for the gift membership to John Araki. John Araki says, we are back up to 70. Are we back up to 70 members yet? Let me check. Let's see. Going to YouTube Studio. Earn memberships. We are we're at 82 members with 82 from our most recent high of 117. Yeah. So
I will text you either we have.
okay.
Oh, lovely.
Sorry, Mom. Afraid. Do you need me for something?
I just need one question.
Yes.
Do you have Danny's phone number?
Danny?
BBS.
Cousin?
Yeah, cousin. I don't think we do.
I think I might, but I don't know if it works or not. I have something. All right, guys, give me 1 minute. I just need to give Mama a phone number. Okay, guys, I'm back. Ciso Frey was looking at a house and
Okay. We don't know anything.
okay. Gotcha. Dandelion says, you never know when I'm secretly lurking around. Dandelion says, lurking is the nature of Dandelion Fluffs. We just float around quietly. So Cronin says, so you have anti-gravity tech. Johnny Rocky says Florida aliens have teleportation tech. And D says LDG is the Floridian alien. Dandelion says, I wish I had anti-gravity tech. It would make the climbing mountains much easier. Bruno says, how do you spell unique? Sounds French. Mike Richards is dial 1-800 bad bird. Bad bird. No. Don't dial 1-800 bad bird. Where are we? We're on Dear Bob, right? Shit. Yes. We're on Dear Bob. Oh, okay. So Ted. Let's see. What's the TED TV show trailer? TED official trailer. It's a month old. I hadn't seen it. Seth MacFarlane here, and he's thrilled to share. Thrilled. Yeah. Telling the story of Ted and John's early days. So it actually, okay. So it's a prequel. It's a prequel to the TED. It's a prequel to the TED movies. I had no idea.
Okay.
How bad is school gonna suck? You're not gonna like it. How bad though? Like getting your nuts smashed together so hard they become just one nut. That's not what school is like. You're saying you should be going to school every day. You might have fun. You're like, no, I won't have fun. I guard the house when you guys are out. You just, hey, it's Gordon with a mustache. You're going to school and you're going to grow. You're going to grow a fucking brain. Holy shit. How has he got these many women? And I got some music playing. Of course, he goes to fucking the fanciest fucking school in Massachusetts. High school, I assume. Obviously, there's fancier colleges. Yeah, he's bringing the dolls to school because that wasn't fucking a thing people would see happen in the 90s. Oh, it's the 90s. So that's why they're gonna. Let's talk about sexual education. That there was one day you had sexual ed for 1, maybe 2 days, or maybe a week. It wasn't constant. He hasn't smoked, he hasn't had sex, and he doesn't have a girlfriend. He's a loser. Well, the problem is, kid, you could smoke. Doesn't make you any less of a loser. Brown says, "What happened to Bill and Ted? Needs more Orville. I'm not jealous." Hakeem says he used that Orville money for this. Octron says, "Is Family Guy still a thing?" Yes, it is. Dr. Scotty with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Says, "I heard you pulled out your junk on Salty Stream. Good for you. It's about time somebody did it." Dr. Scotty, yes, you're absolutely right. I pulled my junk out on Salty Stream. I pushed it back and forth. I taped an American flag to it, and I sang the anthem, and yeah, you know, not only was it a show, not only was everybody happy, but it was also, god dang, the most American tribute I had ever seen. So thank you, Dr. Scotty. Yeah. Also, Dark Knight, he actually pulled out his balls, but he wasn't on screen at the time. So getting high for the first time. See, now they're cool. They're cool because they got drugs. They got high for the first time. Oh my God. I don't know I can deal with Gordon. Hey, Melted Copper. Howdy, guys. Back from Haunted Trails, aka the casino for kids. Did I miss any saucy topics? No. The last version in school, and his teddy bear was trying to sell his innocence. When does this come out? Ted streaming January 11th. Oh, cool. That's in a few days. January 11th on Peacock. Thursday. This Thursday, where the TED series starts. So TED starts, and For All Mankind will end the next day. Oh, For All Mankind is on Apple. And fuck, because Apple decided to up their fucking price from $6.99 to $9.99. So the moment I'm done watching For All Mankind, I will cancel. I'll put it on hold. I will put it on hold. If I want to rewatch For All Mankind in 6 months, and I can reopen it then. No reason to keep paying for Apple TV. $9.99 just For All Mankind. That's just stupid. $6.99 was actually the point, like, maybe it's not worth me canceling. But $9.99, absolutely it's worth me canceling. Dear Bob, I'm going to watch season 19 of The Simpsons for the first time. I have not seen The Simpsons movie, to which I found out was after season 18 and before season 19. I have to watch the movie to understand the show. No, you don't have to watch the movie to understand the show. However, the very first episode of the season, you'll see a little bit of some spoilers of the movie, but they're only, if I recall, they're only in the opening credits of the show. I mean, it is very, very, very minimal. That said, if you're going to watch it for the first time, you haven't yet watched it for the first time, then why not watch the movie? I mean, I think the movie is certainly worth watching. So if you're going to go to 19, why not watch the movie first? But if there's some reason you can't watch the movie before you have to start season 19, then don't worry about it. It's not worth being concerned over. Dear Bob, would you let someone who whips their dick out on a live stream back on? Well, it would depend. First, was it my stream? Did I tell them to do it or not to do it? If I dared them to do it on my stream, then I would probably say, well, that's my own fault then. So, that said, if I had no reason to think they were going to do it, then yeah, obviously I wouldn't. And just for everybody's sake, this is a joke. I mean, Danny did not whip his dick out on stream. He didn't whip his balls out on stream. Yes, he whipped them out in the backstage area, but he knew no one could see him except the couple of us that were backstage. And I did dare him to do so. So, this is not a situation where somebody was on a live panel and whipped it out on a live YouTube stream. He was backstage. And there was no risk of it going live in my opinion. In my opinion. Dear Bob, today's Birdle was brought to you by the word penis and the number, fuck you, Deej. Kronos is what happened backstage. Well, Kronos, you have to go backstage if you want to hear these things. Gorilla says that's cause Salty booted him or else he would have. No, Gorilla. I was there. He wouldn't have done it. But I wouldn't have. No. It wouldn't have gone. If he had not been booted, it would have gone differently. Gorilla says Danny was too drunk not to. Gorilla, I disagree. He may have been a little drunk, but there's just because somebody's drunk doesn't mean they're stupid. Yeah, and just because they're sober doesn't mean they're smart. Melded Copper says bird streams are better than tea. Get paranoid on sense. Okay, I understand. Random Menace says, I am watching this stream fully clothed. And remember, the Random Menace's streams are wet in the morning. Chrono says, I like to air out the junk every once in a while. LDG has seen drunker. Absolutely. Deeds is watching this stream partially clothed. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Some of us less partially clothed than others, but I imagine all of us partially clothed at some point. Chrono says, do socks count? I'm not sure. I'm not sure to what you mean. Captain Phantom Nerd says, my feet are naked. Oh, God damn it. Now I'm thinking of what everybody's feet look like. Son of a bitch. Thanks, Captain. We're going to be looking at it. I think of Brie Larson sitting here with her fucking feet out, watching my stream, saying, it's just nasty. Melded Copper says, some places on earth, a bare ankle is sexy. Chrono says, naked foots, gross. Some places on earth, a bare ankle. I guess there's places on earth where the women are so ugly, the sexiest part of their body is their ankle. I actually feel bad. I don't know if I feel more bad for the ugly women or the men who have to look at them. And then what happens if your ankle gets scratched up or something? That's you put a sock on, a stocking. Nobody. Those are boring places. Yeah.
100 years ago.
Or 100 years ago.
Yeah, when you know, their ankle, they were loose swimming.
Where in the United States?
Yes.
Huh. Mama Bray says 100 years ago, women that showed their ankle were loose women. I mean, was there a song about that? In olden days, a glimpse of stocking was looked on as something shocking. Right, but heaven knows anything goes. That's it. In olden days, a glimpse of stocking. See, but that says a glimpse of stocking, not a glimpse of ankle. It's the stocking was sexy, I assume.
Well, the stocking went over the ankle.
The stocking went over the ankle.
Right. So what would be the lowest part of the stocking?
I don't know.
What would you get a glimpse of?
I'll be honest, I'm not even sure what a stocking is. Isn't it like a stocking is like what you put up for Christmas? So it's basically a long sock.
No.
No? A stocking is not a long sock? Isn't that what you put the presents in the stocking or hung by the Christmas tree?
That's not the glimpse of stocking they told me.
Glimpse of stocking.
Before pantyhose.
Before pantyhose, they were just something that went up the whole leg.
And then there was a garter belt. And
Right, okay.
But what's the bottom part of the leg? The foot.
The sock.
It's not, well, it's a stocking.
Stocking, sock, what? Okay.
Okay, it's nylon, sheer.
Right.
You could see through it.
Okay.
Okay. So your foot is in the shoe, which usually was buttoned up to here.
If the foot was in the shoe.
Right. If your foot was in a shoe, what part of the stocking could you see? The part going over the ankle.
The shoes had no ankle support?
The lowest, I'm going to kill you. The lowest part of a stocking that would show it's just about ankle. So yes, a glimpse of stocking is at the ankle. If it was up to the knee, it would be fucking a lot more than a glimpse.
Where's the ankle?
Where's your ankle? It's at the top of your foot.
Oh, it's covered by the shoe. I can't imagine.
Here's my foot. Can you see my foot?
Don't break your ankle, Mama Pray.
Okay. What are you seeing right now is my ankle. That would be covered by the stocking. Ay. All right, guys. Auction time. I'm auctioning Bird.
Oh, no.
You got any takers? You are joking about all this, aren't you?
Only somewhat. He's this Bird not knowing what an ankle is.
He knows what an ankle is.
I mean, I know I have my ankle, but like literally, like, I mean, if I was wearing like sneakers, it would be covered.
No, your ankle isn't covered. You'd have to have high top or boots to cover your ankle. son, again. I am
Okay,
wearing
okay,
a
okay.
pretty sturdy shoe here.
Not
It
wearing.
doesn't cover my ankle. It covers the front of my foot, the back of my foot, but there's my ankle.
Okay. Okay, I guess. Okay, listen. I haven't worn shoes in 15 years. No, haven't worn real shoes in 15 years. No. Rose says this isn't funny in the slightest. I'm not laughing. Randomness is cover your ankles, Mom. Too many men are listening. Deeds,
About all that isn't covered. Everything else is covered.
yeah, Mama Pray is covered, very, very covered, very cold. Deed says, okay, bird is now 6 cents for bird. We have 7 cents. Sci-Fi Nation says, Lowell, Mama Pray knows the difference between sneakers and high tops. Classic. Chrono says, what is inflation? And Dandelion says, I have stockings. I'll wear them on a stream and show you sometime, Bird. See? Now we're getting somewhere. Thank you, Dandelion. That would be terrific. Chrono says, fluff is still naughty.
Get out of the garbage.
Okay. Anyway, guys, I guess I need to do some remedial research on what an ankle is and figure it out. Deeds is sold to Dr. Scotty for 6 cents. Oh man. Well, Dr. Scotty, I hope you can accept delivery.
No, he's got to pay for drink to take it.
Delivery CO. Oh no. He's rescinding his offer. It's too late. Yeah, Deed says no take backs. No take backs. Yeah, okay. I guess we'll call it a day here. I'm still not, obviously. You guys can tell. I am still not back to norms yet. It's been a long day. I've been dozing a good portion of the day. I am still dealing with the cold, but knock wood, I'm not coughing as much. That's much better, but I still am quite tired, and hopefully soon I'll have more energy, and we'll be able to do things how I like to do them. But better. We're close. We're getting close. We are getting close. So thank you, Sci-Fi Nation. Thank you, LDG. Thank you, Dandelion and Kronos, Dr. Scotty and Deej, Melted Copper, Mike Richards, and everyone else who hung out here. Kapla all, bird out.